A great famine occurred in many countries. Not enough grain grew to feed everyone. But in Egypt, Joseph had stored grain for 7 years for Pharaoh. Hungry people from all around came to Joseph to buy grain. Joseph's father, Jacob, sent his 10 older sons to Egypt to buy grain. Jacob kept his youngest son, Benjamin, at home. He didn't want anything to happen to Benjamin. When the 10 brothers arrived in Egypt, they had to talk to Joseph about buying grain. Joseph was in charge of who received food, so the brothers came to him and bowed down. Joseph recognized them, but they did not recognize Joseph. Joseph remembered his dreams where his brothers bowed down to him. Joseph accused them of being spies and put them in a prison for 3 days. On the 3rd day, he told them they could all go home except for one. The brothers could prove they were not spies by bringing their brother Benjamin on a return trip. Joseph told his servants to fill each brother's sack and give their money back without telling them. When they discovered the money, they were afraid of being accused of stealing it. They told their father everything. But Jacob would not let the brothers take Benjamin because he was afraid he would never see Benjamin again. However, when all the grain was gone, Jacob asked the sons to return. Judah promised they would not return without Benjamin. Jacob agreed and told them to take enough money to pay for the grain they received the last visit too. They also took a special gift for Joseph. When Joseph saw the brothers arrive with Benjamin, he invited them to his home for lunch. They offered to return the money from last time, but a servant assured them they did not owe anything. When Joseph arrived, the brothers gave him his gift and bowed before him. When Joseph saw his younger brother, he left and cried. After eating, Joseph instructed a servant to fill each man's bag with grain and again put their money back. In addition, the servant was to put one of Joseph's silver cups in Benjamin's bag. After the brothers left, Joseph told his servant to pursue them and accuse them of stealing the cup. They denied taking it and agreed that if anyone was found with the cup, they would all become Joseph's slaves. When the cup was found in Benjamin's bag, they all returned to Joseph's house. Joseph told the brothers that only Benjamin would be kept as a slave. Judah pleaded with Joseph. He offered to stay instead. Joseph was overcome with emotion and sent away all of his attendants. He told his brothers who he was. They didn't respond because they were scared Joseph would want revenge. Joseph assured them, "God sent me ahead of you to establish you as a remnant within the land and to keep you alive by a great deliverance. Therefore, it was not you who sent me here, but God." Joseph told his brothers to go home and gather all their family and belongings and come back to Egypt, where they would live free from the famine. Joseph sent supplies for the return trip and gifts for Jacob. When the brothers returned and explained to Jacob what had happened, he was stunned and didn't believe them until he saw all the supplies they came back with. Jacob was happy and excited to see Joseph. On the way, Jacob had a vision, and God spoke to him. "I am God, the God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for I will make you into a great nation there. I will go down with you to Egypt, and I will also bring you back." All of Jacob's family, from sons to great-grandsons, headed to Egypt. Joseph met his father, and they hugged and wept. The family was blessed in Egypt, but Jacob got older and died. Joseph's brothers were worried that he would finally have revenge on them. So they told him that Jacob had asked that he forgive his brothers for their sin. Joseph responded, "Don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You planned evil against me. God planned it for good to bring about the present result, the survival of many people. Joseph comforted them and spoke kindly to them. Joseph recognized that though his brothers intended evil, God planned his circumstances for good to establish a remnant of God's people. Genesis 45:7. Likewise, though those who crucified Jesus intended it for evil, God's plan for the sacrifice of his Son was for the good of all people. Through Jesus' death on the cross, God again saved a remnant of people.